Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Rusty McCranie and welcome to Weather Express. It's your weather in 5 minutes. Start the clock. Friends, severe storms are developing at the hour in portions of the central United States. The heat is on across a lot of the country, and there still is the opportunity for some tropical development in the western Gulf. Now, that area in yellow, it's a very low chance. We're talking about a 10% chance of it actually becoming a true tropical system. But regardless of that, it is bringing some heavy, potentially flooding rains to portions of coastal Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, from Corpus Christi to Galveston and Houston, on over towards Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Widespread heavier rain, 2 to 4 inches in a couple of spots, but locally even higher than that. And the opportunity, if nothing else, to at least break some of the heat. You see, outside of where we have the rain, temperatures are into the mid and the upper 90s already for air temperatures, and feels like numbers are like 105 to 115 in a lot of these spots. So excessive heat there, and you're going to see that heat all the way to the north until you get to our next frontal boundary up in Nebraska and portions of Kansas, Missouri, and Iowa. Area of low pressure here over the northern sides of Illinois has promoted some severe weather throughout the day. Here's the current warnings in place where you see the yellows and reds, special weather statements, severe thunderstorm warnings, and that does extend again back into portions of Nebraska and Kansas. But back over to Illinois, when I show you guys the local storm reports out of this area, you're going to see a couple of red icons on the map. We had a couple of funnel clouds reported here just to the west of the Chicagoland area. Again, funnel clouds, a couple of them out there, the opportunity for at least a brief tornado in a couple of spots in the north central sides of Illinois. Go on over towards the northeast. It's been a beautiful, stormy, cooler day. Again, the heat has been a big story the last several days in New York City, Philadelphia, Newark, D.C., even Boston. Now we're starting to get some summer thunderstorms ramping up. And again, some of those could produce some isolated severe thunderstorm warnings where we would get the impacts of seeing some 60 to 70 mile an hour winds. So anywhere that you see the red polygons, those are severe thunderstorms at the hour. Again, main threats, winds over 60 miles an hour, some small hail. Those will be rolling through portions of Connecticut towards Rhode Island, New Jersey, the eastern sides of Pennsylvania, east of State College. Additional showers and storms are likely to develop through the Ohio Valley. Some of the storms in Indianapolis will make a run towards Dayton and Columbus, Ohio later. Nice storms over the panhandle of West Virginia right now, just south of the Pittsburgh area, headed towards Morgantown and West Virginia University. Good thunderstorm over the Harrisonburg, Virginia area as well. This is another big heat dome across the southeast. Now look, as this area of low pressure pulls away, it's going to get hot and dry with a Saharan air layer coming into Florida, friends. You know what that means? That means feels like temperatures are going to be out of control and it's going to be dry. Look at your feels like temperatures at the hour. Up to 110 in a couple of spots in Florida. There's your 105 to 115 in a couple of areas of the southern plains in the mid-south. These are your current temperatures. I've stopped them here in this afternoon. And again, extremely hot. Where we break the heat is in the Intermountain West. And really things are beautiful out here. I know it's still hot in Phoenix, but it's not triple digits for the most part as far as staying that way deep into the afternoon. It's been slightly cooler. You want to talk about some nice weather, get yourself to the Pacific Northwest. So this is what it looks like overall. All the heat advisors are still to play, southern plains into the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley included. Florida all the way up to southern Maine, you have heat advisories. Feels like temperatures in these areas could be 110 or higher, and then you have the risk for severe storms in a couple of spots. You've got North Dakota today. You've got portions of Kansas and Missouri near Kansas City. You have your area of low pressure in the western Gulf, and then you have those storms right now rolling down from Boston into portions of southern New Jersey. So let's get into the models. This is the HER model, the high resolution rapid refresh. How is the weekend going to play out in your area? Best chance for additional stormy conditions will actually be in the northern tier of the United States, from the Dakotas, the western Great Lakes, the upper Midwest, and portions of the Ohio Valley. So places like Milwaukee, Chicago, Detroit, Columbus, Pittsburgh, and even into the Northeast. Even towards New York City, we could have some strong to severe storms. Winds are going to be the primary threat with that. As we dry out the southeast, it's all about the heat. The southern plains will continue to see some of the moisture from that broad system, but it will be dissipating. Still going to get some thunderstorms in the Intermountain West, and a few more storms will be developing along the west coast and pushing inland. So portions of interior sections of California and Oregon, Nevada, towards Idaho, and Montana should see some scattered showers and storms through the afternoon hours of the weekend. When we look at the risk for severe storms for your Saturday, right now it's just marginal. We haven't kicked it up to a slight risk, again, off of the high plains and the Dakotas. There's the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, upper Midwest, and into portions of the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic states, marginal risk as well. And then for Sunday, it's western Great Lakes and the Dakotas, and potentially some stronger storms coming back into the Northeast. But again, very hot and dry in other areas of the country. Looking at the total precipitation over the next 5 days, again, places like Kansas City, Milwaukee, Chicago, Indianapolis, Columbus, Cleveland, Ohio, western Great Lakes, 3-4 inches of rain in a couple of spots, and then the coastal showers and storms with the locally heavy rainfall with that broad system from Houston all the way back towards Mobile, Alabama, 2 to 4 inches in a couple of spots, but some areas even more widespread than that. Friends, I'm out of time. I appreciate you making Weather Express a part of your daily routine. Thanks so much for taking a quick second and liking and subscribing to the channel as well. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'm back tomorrow with your latest 5-minute forecast.